privacy, I'll keep it hush, hush. I'll stay down low for you. I like when it's just you and me, I'll keep it hush, 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 baby. I know you love your...
Hey guys, it's Lex.
And Courtney.
And you are listening to The Pleasure's All Yours. We are here again this week with a pleasure-filled episode. Oh my God, it looks like we have flower crowns on.
And we do.
Oh my God.
Wow, summer
So
sisters.
cute. Summer sisters. But yes, we are here, of course, again this week to promote sexual liberation in the Black and queer communities. We just wanted to make a space where we could all come and laugh and talk and kiki and really just emphasize that the pleasure is...
It's all yours, baby.
It's all yours.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. It's Monday.
It's fucking Monday because we've been recording lately on Monday, which I mean, you know,
Yeah.
it hasn't really affected me negatively. So
No, it hasn't.
I like it.
And it's like usually right after I get off work, so I just do it right.
We work so close.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. How was your previous week? Or, well, before I jump there, if you are just tuning in today, we do start every episode with a pleasure moment / a catch up where we just talk about something pleasurable that happened to us during the week. And if there's nothing that we can think of, then we just sort of recap on like something crazy that happened in our week. So Court, what's your pleasure moment last week?
I was sick all week, so I don't really think I had a lot of pleasurable moments. I didn't get a lot of sleep. I couldn't breathe through my nose. I had a disgusting cough. So there wasn't a lot of pleasure to be had in that. But I will say maybe, damn. I guess yesterday I had some stuff to do with my family, but before that, I went to the Dallas Farmers Market.
When did you go?
Like,
Did
noon.
you go Sunday?
Yeah, yesterday.
Bitch, I was there.
Are you serious?
I
What
was
time?
there at like 2.
I was there at like noon.
Yeah, that's so
crazy. And it was cute.
Yeah.
I don't go. I think I've been like years ago, but like there's so much stuff there now.
Did you see the popcorn place that I sent you a picture of on the inside?
Is it Doc's? Is it then the Food Mart?
It's in the Food Mart.
Yeah, Doc's. They have one in North Park too.
Love it.
But yeah, I got some good watermelon. I had some good barbecue.
Love it.
Had some good lemonade.
Love it.
I bought some really nice fruit wine. It was $18, and they really got me. You know how like people be talking to you all friendly like at the farmers market, and I purchased.
They gotta sell you their stuff.
They do. I purchased this bottle of wine. Get this. This is how bad he got me. I was pissed actually. I just didn't let it show on my face. I bought an $18 bottle of wine, some strawberry wine, because he convinced me. And then on the way out, he was like, man, and I would sell you this frozen wine that we would have, but unfortunately it won't be ready for another hour. And I'm like, oh man, that sucks. And he's like, but of course, you know, if you just want it cold, it's like super cold right now and you can have some. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. And he fills up the little cup and he hands it to me. And then he like turns around the iPad so I can pay for the wine. And the charge was on it for the fucking wine, like the cup that he gave me. And I was like, oh shit.
Bamboo.
Nigga, you made it seem like this was like, you know.
a part of the service.
Yeah, like, oh, you know, it's not ready yet, but I'll just give it to you. Because it was the same flavor that I bought. So I'm like, why the fuck did I buy a whole cup of chilled wine when I just bought a whole fucking bottle for $20?
Yikes.
But I'll be back next week because the wine is pretty good.
Yeah, whenever I walked around, I think my friend bought a bonnet from the black woman that was there at the end.
Yeah, I was looking at her.
They were huge. They're huge. And they're like super thick too. So I don't know. I was looking at the stitching. I was like, nah, she made these in her living room. And I can tell. And I don't mean that in a bad way.
Right.
I mean that in a very
That's
good
secured.
way.
Okay.
That hoe is secure as fuck. Absolutely.
Did you see the booth in the very back, like with the clothes? And it was kind of like, it looked like Western wear, but then they had hats. And the hats were so fucking cute. It said, feeling really gay today. There's one that said like...
It was was it on the strip or like with the other tents?
It was with the other tents. It was in the tent area where the silk lady was.
Okay, yeah. I didn't stop there because it was packed and there were children and I was like, I don't feel like it. But there was a shop like in one of the shops that are in the building, and when you walk in there was a baseball cap that was like
have a very gay day.
Have a very gay day or something like that. Or it was like woke up to a cup of gay or something like that. It was something like that.
I thought about you.
Yeah. Super cute. I loved it.
I want to go back though, you know. Yeah. I'll make that maybe a monthly thing.
The taco place in the food court though is
bomb.
So
Taqueria La Ventana or a different one?
whichever one is on the corner that has the margaritas in the bar.
That's the Taqueria 11.
That place is so fucking good. It's so good. And the margaritas are like really strong too. So, love that.
Love that.
Yeah. I had a pretty tough week last week. I'm not going to lie. The fact that I woke up in like a semi better mood is like so surprising to me. But I guess, bitch, I don't have one for you.
Not even yesterday? That wasn't fun enough for you to be a pleasurable moment?
Yesterday was fun. It was fun yesterday, and I really enjoy hanging out with my friend, which is usually what I do on the weekends, which is like always fun. And we literally just watch true crime all weekend. Like,
is this Red?
Yeah.
Okay.
We literally just watch true crime all weekend in our lounge clothes on the couch.
So nice.
And that's it. So, I mean... But that's also because I was extremely sad and I did not want to move. Like, I slept. Like, I was purposely making myself go to sleep because that was better than being awake. So I really don't feel like I had, like, a super pleasurable moment besides, like...
Getting some sun yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess, like, not being alone while I was upset, which is what I'm very much used to. And I still sort of locked myself in the closet for a while. Which was fine because there was another person at least under the same roof. But yeah, bitch, it was a wild ride this weekend.
Okay, I'm glad you're feeling better today on a Monday.
On a Monday, yeah. Only to end my work day with getting cussed out by people. And listen, let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck what you have going on in your personal life. If you are on the phone with a customer service person and your instinct is to cuss them out instead of just speaking nicely or at least being like, no thanks, and then hanging up, baby, there is a hot place in hell specifically for you.
Dead it.
It's awful because what is wrong with you? And then like people that live in the DFW, and it's like, I also live here, baby. Listen, I have a car. I know your address. Relax.
Whoa, y'all are hearing this, right?
Jesus Christ.
You might be talking to Lex, and don't talk to them crazy because they'll pull up.
Like, please, fucking calm down. But anyway, after our catch-up pleasure moment, we do also have a fun fact, and I have one.
Oh, I love that. 1 second.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. I need to turn down the AC.
So, after our pleasure moment and catch up, there is also a fun fact, which I do have again today. And we love the fun facts because we do try to center them around like funny / gay / sexual animal facts because
there's a lot of them.
Animals are freaky deaky.
Freaky deaky,
like,
baby.
Obviously, it's just instinct, but still, like, damn. And honestly, the one for today, I really relate to these hens. And you know what, baby? I will be doing the same thing.
Okay,
so,
give it to me.
Did you know that hens eject unwanted sperm?
Eject unwanted sperm?
Unwanted.
Like, what is unwanted?
Unwanted, like
no, nigga, you're not good enough.
Yeah. That's literally basically it. So since hens are so much smaller than cocks, they, obviously it's the animal kingdom, just like when you see like a big dog trying to hump a little dog and you're like, whoa, back up. That happens a lot with chickens. And so, sometimes the hens will just sit there and they're like, all right, whatever. But as soon as that male chicken is off them, that rooster is off them, they will eject up to 80% of the sperm. So she has a less likelihood of actually getting pregnant, having chicks with this rooster. And it's usually the less than desirable roosters that they're like
the ugly cocks.
Yes, the ugly cocks. Yeah, if you're an ugly cock, the hen's not with it.
They not fucking with you.
They literally will that shit right the
That's
fuck out.
hilarious. They said, okay, Marcus over there, girl, look, he gonna come over here. Let him do what he do, but
Just
get
spit
that
it out.
shit out.
Literally. And then boom, unfertilized eggs, and we eat breakfast to live another day.
You know what? I think that's really fucking cool that the hens respect us enough to say, like, you do not want to eat this nigga's seed. Like, I'm protecting you, baby.
Well, a fertilized egg they wouldn't sell
What's the difference?
A fertilized egg has an embryo in it. The eggs that we eat are unfertilized eggs. So
what?
The eggs that we eat usually come from chicken coops that have only hens.
Hens lay eggs that are unfertilized?
Yeah.
Like how we release an egg every month? They
They
ovulate?
I don't know if it's ovulating, but they have eggs pretty frequently.
I dead ass.
Yeah. You're eating a
Thought
chicken,
that-
period. You're not eating an
I thought
embryo.
that the only thing separating an egg, like a chicken egg, from an egg that we consume as eggs was putting it in the fridge. I thought that they
No,
were just taking
babes.
the eggs early.
No.
And they were and you put it in the fridge and it stops the growth.
The more you know, bitch.
Are you shitting me?
I'm so serious.
You gotta fertilize that bitch first?
You gotta fertilize it to get it. You have to fertilize the hen to get a egg that has a chick in it. Yeah. And I know that, and I only know that because in biology we raise chicks in an incubator, and then also my friend Snow, her grandma had hens, and the hens would lay eggs like all day, every day.
So these fucking Peter ass motherfucking ovo vegetarian ass niggas, they're fucking freaking out over nothing because we're eating eggs that weren't even really truly fertilized with anything. We're eating aborted babies.
Yeah, so it's not an aborted baby because there was never a baby in there. It's just an egg that did not get
So
fertilized.
what's the big deal?
Because it's still an animal byproduct. Like chickens still live in harsh environments when it comes to mass producing eggs and things like that. Like PETA isn't just like you're eating the animals. It's also like you're treating the animals awful. Yeah.
No, they're right. Because I watched that one really scary documentary, not the McDonald's guy one.
The Tyson chicken one?
Yo.
That one is crazy.
Yo.
Yeah. That one is
my
crazy.
friend.
Go ahead.
Can I call you back? I'm podcasting. Yes. Okay, bye-bye. It was her birthday yesterday.
It's okay. Oh, then I said happy belated yesterday, and I should have just said happy birthday because I thought I missed it.
It's beautiful that you would reach out.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
We were saying eggs, chickens.
Oh, crazy stuff. Okay.
Yeah. So basically, if you're a hen, if you're an ugly cock and you come across a hen, she's just gonna spit it out. You just can't. And also, Courtney just learned something new today.
I did.
And
I
hopefully
love that.
you did too.
Yes.
Yes.
Unfertilized eggs only.
Unfertilized eggs only, babe.
In this hole.
In this house, in this fridge, in general. It's just unfertilized eggs only.
I don't want no fertilization.
Yeah.
Period.
So today's topic, or our pleasure principle, which is the meat and potatoes of our episode, is something that is kind of like, I've mentioned it to people. I've been like, so what do you know about this? And they're like, what do you mean?
Not
like,
much. Like, I don't know anything.
yeah,
about
and people, and like the main question people have asked me is, how do you even do that? But today we're going to talk about consensually forced orgasms. I don't really like the word forced.
It sounds aggressive.
It sounds really aggressive, and I know that like that can also be a triggering word to some people. But I will just be calling them CFOs instead of, that's what we're going to call them.
Is that controlled force?
Consensually
forced orgasms.
Yes, we're going to call them CFOs.
CFO.
Yeah, babe. So, I guess we'll just start right off by asking, what is a CFO? This is an orgasm that usually involves being pushed to have an orgasm over and over with no recovery time.
Oh.
So it's literally like and it is a kink. It is usually demonstrated in the BDSM community, but it is just like someone making you have an orgasm and not really stopping, like literally just like it's like they're a vacuum cleaner and you're a dust bunny.
What?
Yeah, that's basically
That's
it.
not what I thought it was.
No, that's what it is.
Wow. So it's the repetitiveness.
It's the repetitiveness with no recovery time.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. The opposite of that is what is it called? It's for people with a penis, and it's basically like after they have an orgasm and they sort of like
refractory period.
No, it's like there's the opposite of this, because this is for people with vulvas, and the opposite of this is basically like once a penis has an orgasm, they get really sensitive, but it's still like stimulating them to sort of to just keep going. And like most of the time, like either it's like so sensitive that it feels like torture, or they'll come again. So
wow.
Yeah,
I'm learning a lot of new things.
yeah. So So yeah, as I said, it is just, and again, the key word to this is consensual. Like, this is all just like any other BDSM like playtime. You always want to have like a talk about consent and limits before, and of course we'll get into that later in the episode as well. But this can also involve some kind of restraint, so that way the sub or the receiver can't really run away from stimulation. So St. Andrew's cross, which is like the big X that has the handcuffs and the ankle cuffs on it, that is like a pretty widely known device that this happens on. Also like the under the bed ties, that would be another one. I guess like a hog tie too, or just being like rope tied with your hands behind your back and having to sit on your knees. Like there's like a million ways you can do this. But the submissive sometimes has to beg for permission to orgasm. So it's like they're gonna come, but they can't because you haven't asked permission yet. This is also like it's like an under the term.
This is what I thought it more so was.
Oh, it's a part of it, yeah.
Okay.
But it's not like exactly that.
Yeah. That's my favorite.
The dominant will sometimes also say like, "Come for me," and then you have to like immediately, or you're gonna get punished, you know. And I guess that really just depends on where you're at for the day. And then also a role play. Role playing is something like a nurse or a doctor, OBGYN, something like that. And for the F wording, your patient, quote unquote, to have an orgasm. Despite the word force, everything about this is consensual. Like I said, it's just like any other play scene when it comes to extreme stimulation and things like that. You do want to make sure you have limits set in place and things like that.
Safe words are good.
Safe words are good, yes. And this is, like I said, this is usually practiced in the kink community. You probably have seen, like, if you watch, what is it, kink.com? Yeah, babe. Yeah. If you like kink.com, you done probably seen a couple forced orgasms.
If you done seen that little brick tower at the beginning of the video and the weird sound.
Yeah. And then like the screaming in the back. It's like screaming in the background and you're like, hold on a second. So yeah,
I love those videos.
Right? I love those.
For what, like maybe 3 months. I was supposed to only be a week with the free trial, but I forgot.
Yeah.
I was subscribed to them for like 3 months. It's $28 a month.
They have a lot of really good content.
It was great. It was the best 3 months ever.
They have a lot
of
they have a lot of really good content.
They have great content.
And a lot of my favorite porn stars, I have found them from watching a kink video of theirs.
And you know it's all consensual.
Because they have the interview at the beginning and they have the interview at the end. That's actually like some of my favorite parts of it.
I love the end interview.
Yeah, I love the end interview because
the girls are just so like...
and they're just getting pet on, you know, aftercare is important, as we're going to also talk about today. So I did get a lot of this information from an article on lovers.com, I think. They have a lot of really good info on there.
Lovers.com?
I think that's what it is. Okay. We can put it in the description as well. But this kink is derived from the want or need for pleasure that is relentless, involuntary, and enjoyable regardless of your mood or mindset. So this is why subs like being subs, because they don't, it's like a release. It's like you let go of control, you let go of everything. You're not worrying about anything besides
what you're feeling
and and knowing that this person is in charge of anything that's going to happen right now. So you literally don't have to worry about anything besides making sure that you do use your safe words when necessary, or you are paying attention to like how you're feeling, which is pretty easy.
So nice.
I say it's pretty easy as a bitch that does not submit. So LOL. Anyway, we're going to talk about it in detail now. Ooh, tips on how to give mostly, as well as receiving. There wasn't really tips on how to receive this, which I didn't really like.
I mean, you know, that's not really your space. Huh?
I'll
do my best, guys, to give you some tips at the end if you are, a sub-identifier.
Yeah, I am not. I'm not even like a power bottom. Like, if I'm letting you top me, it's because I'm wanting you to, and not because like you have the authority over me. It's literally just because it's like, okay, whatever. I'm like, you're cute. you're cute. I'm gonna let you do it because you're real cute. Whatever. Anyways, if this is something that you are interested in, if the idea of senseless and abundant orgasms excite you, then this might be for you. But of course, you want to communicate with your partner that you are interested in this, whether this is a longtime partner or just like a casual kind of thing going on. Of course, you do want to be open and honest about what's on your mind and also why it's on your mind, and then how you would like it to be executed. That's always really good. So that way everybody's on the same page. Yeah. There we go.
That's the word.
And a few good ways to throw it into a conversation or start the conversation on it is, oh my God, I saw a video on CFOs. Is this something, like, maybe we could try it, ? Is this something you think you'd be interested in, ? I really like it. I really liked it when you told me to come for you, but I want you to make me. Okay. That's a really sexy way to get it started. That's a great one. That's a really great way to get it started. And then even just saying things like, can you hold my toy against me and you get me there? Pretty please.
That is a perfect introduction.
That is also a really great intro to it. Because that is like, I feel like that's a lot less scary than like, tie me up and do this thing.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot less intimidating. Some other things you want to talk about is, will you use restraints? Handcuffs on the bed, handcuffs on the floor. Like, will you be restrained in any way? Will you be blindfolded? Will you use toys of any kind? Is this a role play kind of situation? Like, are you wanting it to be like, oh my God, I'm your teacher, or I'm your nurse, I'm your doctor, I'm your mechanic coming to fix your car, whatever the fuck, any of those things. Discuss what the scene looks like to your, like, whatever your fantasy. Yes, whatever your fantasy is, describe that, and so that way your partner can figure out how to facilitate that for you. A few tips on giving, which I say a few, but it's quite a bit. So of course, like I said, giving, you do as the person, like, being the dominant in the scene. It is also a big part of your job to discuss with your sub as to what their limits are, what their hard no's are, how far they want the scene to go, and just things like that. So that way you don't ever step out of those boundaries, because they're going to be pretty vulnerable. And once somebody goes to subspace, like, just communicate. Ask them what they want. Ask them what they need. Do they want a long session, or do they want something short and sweet? Really good question to ask. Figure out what makes their toes curl. So if it's like, okay, I just want you to use your hands and fingers, then do that. Do they want you to use a toy? Do that. Straps, do they want that? Ask them. It's really just how they have to be open and communicative with you. You also have to know how to bring that information out of them, which as a top/dom, that's a part of it anyways, of just about any of your interactions. Use some toys. A really popular one when it comes to CFOs is the wand. Yes. Like a wand, especially one that plugs into the wall, is usually
unlimited power.
Unlimited power. That bitch is not going to turn off. Trust me, I know. That bitch is not going to turn off. It'd be 20 minutes gone by and that hoe is still running like nobody's business. So if having a toy that plugs into the wall is a little scary to you, I promise you, babe, it's meant to go in your cooch.
And it's worth it.
And it's worth it. I have not bought a rechargeable wand in like forever, ever since I got my Doxy diecast. So good. Even on the lowest setting, babe, that's enough. Get a little, like, especially, you know what, off topic, but it's fine, because I'm just going to give you a little tip, because it's been my favorite recently.
Okay.
If you do have a wand, especially one that plugs in, but, any old wand will work, get in like a scissoring position, but it works really well for bitches that have thick thighs and shit. Just put it between your coochies. That's as close to scissoring that your ass is probably gonna get, and that's okay. And it works.
It gets the job done.
It gets the job done. And if you're one of those queer bitches that's like, oh my god, I wish my girlfriend would come inside me. Listen, if you get the grind and the spot right, it's gonna feel just like it. So it might that time it might be the time you get pregnant though. So
that's a great little sex tip.
It's really good.
That might be the one time you get pregnant, bitch. Try it out. Let me know.
Try it out. And outside of toys, outside of the wand, the air pressures are good. Wands are good. I'm sorry, rabbits are good. Bullets, really, if you have a toy that is very specific to you and like what you need and it does what you like, then I would just go with that one right off the bat.
Mine is the little Fem Fun mini wand.
Yes.
But now I want a fucking Doxy or a magic wand.
You gotta get one that, hey, and you know what? Magic wands have a 10-year warranty, okay? So there is no, I'm just going to throw my wand out because it's not working. If you have a magic wand and you throw that bitch out, you played yourself. You played yourself. They literally have been making Hitachis for like ever and ever and ever and ever and ever.
Since like the 80s.
Since like the 80s. And it literally has a 10-year warranty. So like even if the cord stops working, they'll replace that for free. If you have like the Magic Wand Plus where the cord comes detached and you lose it, they sell that bitch for $12 on the internet. Y'all be throwing your toys away and they sell the chargers for less than $6 on most of the websites. Mm-hmm. Also, I need y'all to stop buying your toys off Amazon. Please.
Mm-hmm. And stop bringing them back into my store and asking me to take it back 2 years later because you lost the charger or the charger stopped working or you want me to go to the back and pull the sample charger so you can have it. All those are wrong, bitch.
Don't ever bring your toy into my fucking store. If you're a pretty black femme, though, it's a little
and I do.
It's a little different. I'm sorry.
I do.
I'm sorry.
But for the most part, don't bring your toy back in my store.
Don't bring that shit back. Outside of toys, like I've already said, using restraints is also a really good alternative. Under the bed ties, which are handcuffs and ankle cuffs that have straps that will go under your bed.
Lays flat. You can tuck them up under when you're not in use.
It's like a St. Andrew's cross, but you're laying down. So it's literally on wrists, ankles. You can do it from the side of the bed. You can do it from the very tops of the bed. Sport Sheets one is definitely one of my favorites because it fits all mattresses, is adjustable, and it's really comfy. You can exchange the cuffs out from the Velcro ones to more durable ones if you have those. A door swing is another one, or like door restraints more so than a door swing. So it would basically be like something that you put on your door. You'll put the little lock parts on the opposite side of your door. You'll close the door so that way when someone's pulling on it, it's not going to come slipping out of the door because it has that metal anchor to keep it from doing so. But their wrists will get handcuffed to the top of the door. And again, the whole point is so that because people are going to get overstimulated, clit has over 10,000 nerves in it. So you're going to get overstimulated at some point and you're going to start trying to run away. Like, that is just what it is.
That's the fun of it.
And that is the part that really for me as the dom in these situations, that is what excites me because LOL, look at you, haha. And I know the sub is more so like it's the fact that they can't get away.
Yeah. So I like to try. I really like to try to get out.
Bitch, it's not gonna work.
It doesn't.
It's not gonna work. So, and then the St. Andrew's cross, which we've talked about on multiple episodes, is the X that has the handcuffs at the top and the bottom. It's basically like a standing under the bed tie. Some of them are made of wood. Some of them are padded with like leather and cushion for better comfort. Suspended cuffs is another one, which is like on my list of things to have in my house at some point, which is just like a anchor that hangs from your ceiling, and then you get handcuffs and you clip them to the ceiling.
Ooh.
So now you're just standing there, bitch, hands above you. You can't go anywhere except for wherever that little circle radius is gonna get you, and it's not gonna get you far. So
wow.
Yeah.
I haven't seen one of those. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's that as well. And then the E-stem wand and power tripper is another It's not a restraint, but it is another tool you can use when doing this, because of course CFOs it's not just about the orgasm, it's also about the sensation, the experience itself. Just like any other BDSM kinky play, you don't want to focus mostly on the orgasm, but also sensations, as to not overwhelm your sub too quickly, especially if you're trying to make the scene last long. Yeah, make them beg a little too. Another one is the Sibian, or the cowgirl, the motor bunny, motor rabbit, whatever you want to call it. It's a big saddle. The whole saddle vibrates, and you sit on the saddle with your coochie on it, and then there's a remote to it. So I'm thinking wrists attached to each ankle, sitting on this thing, straddling it, and then the other person's controlling it. Where are you gonna go?
Where you gonna go?
You gonna fall over?
Have you ever broken that out?
I haven't, actually.
Really?
I haven't, and here's why. Nobody lives on the first fucking floor, and my roommates are always home.
Yeah, that bitch is...
Yeah, but one day I just feel like I should bring it out, especially because, I don't know, I want to, but I just haven't been having like a crazy sex life lately.
Yeah, same. I wish we could give you a little bit more.
Yeah, but it's okay. You know, I just have a feeling that as soon as it's less hot outside, that's probably when we'll be popping pussy. I feel like we pop a lot of pussy in the winter.
In the fall, in the winter months. Around our birthday, yeah. We get real horny.
Yeah,
really. Want to try new things.
Exactly. So there's that. And then another one, which is probably more mainstream as a CFO, is the Bluetooth toys. So like when you go, which we've had an episode on as well, which you go out or you stay in or whatever, it's just a vibrating device that is in your panties or your butt or your vagina, whatever. It's in there and someone else is controlling it, either long distance, right in front of you, in another room, like something like that.
So great. So fun. You're just sitting there trying to contain yourself, and they're sitting there playing with it like it's fucking Nintendo DS.
Yeah.
Just having their time. Yeah. And you have to like compose yourself because you're in fucking public.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I be laughing. I'm a laugher. I'm sorry.
I be giggle.
I be teeheeing. Yeah. Sometimes I might like give a nice hearty laugh, which apparently is scary.
Yeah, it can be. A little unnerving, babe, because why are you doing all that?
I just find it really funny seeing like squirming, like whimpering, like the trying really hard, especially to like get out of cuffs and stuff, trying to touch me and you can't. Oh, I'm laughing at you, babe. I'm sorry. And it's a loving laugh, but I'm letting you know.
Humiliation kink, but like where you like humiliate that other person.
Yeah, but it has to be in a way that they like it.
Okay.
Like, it has to be in a way that turns them on.
Okay.
I mean, like, if you want me to, like, humiliate you for real, then I could do that. But, like, as far as anything else, it's really more so I'm just amused by the fact that you can't have what you want. And, like, most of my subs are brats. So it's like, LOL, you really are not getting exactly what you want, and I find that hilarious because you always get what you want all the other times. Wow. And look at you now.
Wow.
LOL. Yeah.
How the turns have tabled.
How the turns have tabled, bitch, for real. So, and then another type of restraint, which I often forget is a restraint, is a blindfold. I feel like that's another really good way, but I feel like blindfold would also need something hands because that's not going to restrain you from moving. It's just going to restrain you from seeing what's going
next?
on. Yeah. These things can be overwhelming for your partner, so be sure for you to be centered in those moments and like really tuned in to how their body's doing, their breathing, heart rate, things like that. Just be in tune with the person that you're playing with. Because I feel like as a sub in a subspace, sometimes you do have to bring them not back, but like bring them back. Like don't snap them out of subspace, but snap them into, hey, make sure you're breathing. Look at me. Are you here? Like, you know, make sure you're not like disassociating from the moment. Just making sure that they are present and here and consenting to everything that's going on. Because once they check out and they're not there, it's like, Who's really getting the benefit here? Which brings me into aftercare, which after something like this, since the adrenaline did go from being super, super high from all these sensations and things like that, you do want to make sure you help your sub avoid the sub drop, which is basically something that happens when they go from high adrenaline to absolutely nothing, like quickly. It can cause a depressive episode, anxiety, physical and emotional exhaustion, body aches, pains, extreme sleepiness, extreme thirst and extreme hunger. So it's really good to, like, you know, pet them, kiss them, tell them they did great. Like, literally, one thing I like to do is just lay and, like, literally just lay with you and just, like, pet on you while you're getting your life together.
Whisper.
Yeah, literally. And then it's usually like a deep breath, and they're like, whew, that was good. And now you know that they're good, that they've come out of the space and they've come out of it in, like, a safe and healthy way. Also, just be sure you're getting them food if they're hungry. You're giving them juice if they're thirsty, water if they're thirsty.
You are the dom. You're supposed to control these parts.
You have to take care of them. They're sweet little babies. And you just have to take care of them, okay? Like,
Look what you just did to them.
Look what you just did to them. And my crazy ass is over here laughing at you. Like
you got to be like, bitch, now you want a Whopper?
You did great. You did great, babes.
You want a caniac?
Literally, what do you need?
Let's go. You want a blunt?
What do you need right now? I will make it happen.
That's a good dom.
Yes, absolutely. If you are a sub to someone who will just do a bunch of shit to you and then sort of like leave you there, that's not a dom or top that you want to continue with, because especially for people with like abandonment issues and other kinds of mental issues, that can definitely trigger their depression, their anxiety, things like that. So aftercare is really important because, again, it's not even just showing them that they're more than a toy, like you just told them that they were for 45 minutes, but it's also just making sure that they're good, that they can, hey, I'm not just going to leave you high and dry. It's good. You're good. I'm here for you. Exactly. This helps your partner come down from the adrenaline rush and also prioritizes their emotional, mental, and physical well-being, which, of course, will make them feel safer and trust you more in those times. Because, yeah, you care if I'm about to spiral. Thanks. Appreciate
It's the least you can do.
It's the least you can do. Like, I literally can't feel my kneecaps.
Damn, you've been kneeling that long?
Tips on receiving. There wasn't really many in even the articles that I was reading, but like I said, figure out what about this kink excites you, and let your partner know so they can, of course, tailor the scene to you, your wants, your desires, your fantasies.
Stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated. When
you know you're gonna
especially before. Yes, that is good.
Before,
that's good.
During, and after.
Definitely.
Yeah, a lot of stuff is gonna come out, and even if it doesn't, drinking water keeps you lubed up, which keeps you enjoying the situation.
Yeah.
More, you know?
And of course, always have lube on.
Always have lube.
Always want to have lube
Babe,
on hand. It doesn't really matter.
You can have the wettest
doing.
Pussy in the world, bitch.
Yeah.
Bring
Anybody here
some
like,
over.
I'm not really a lube person.
Oh, I hate hearing that. Or it's like, I don't need that. Girl, yes, you do.
Baby, listen, coochie on drip drop, and I still want to have lube sometimes.
Keep it in my back pocket.
Thank you. And get your favorite lube.
Yeah.
Get your favorite
Pure.
lube. Mine is Wicked, Simply Aqua. Both are natural. Both
Yeah,
are all natural
yeah.
options.
I like
We do
my
love
pure
that.
nude. Yes.
Exactly. Don't be fucking up a bitch pH.
Okay.
Have a good idea of your limits. So anything that is a hard no for you, I don't want my nipples clamped. I don't want you to use any e-stim on me. If you are using pain tools, no riding crops, like things like that. Make a list of things that if you were to imagine this scene for yourself, think of things that would take you out of it, that would turn you off in those moments. Write them down, send it to them, talk to them right before the scene and let them know. Whatever it is that you feel comfortable with. I always feel like a good talk before is good.
Yes.
Even if you have been texting about it, I do feel like a talk before the scene happens is also really good. Decide if you're also comfortable with your limits being pushed. So there are hard limits and then there are soft limits. And the hard limits are like a fuck no, don't do it.
Don't even bring it
Don't even bring it up. Don't even threaten me with it. Like, or it's going to take me out of the scene. So those are hard no's. Soft no's are things like, okay, you can paddle me, but like not with this. Or
don't leave a mark.
Don't leave a mark. Or I like this thing, but this is where my enjoyment for it ends. So it's literally just being aware of what it is that you want and don't want. So like being a sub is fun, but it also means you have to use your voice and you have to be honest.
Yeah.
Relax into it, because the main thing about this is that it is a big part submission to the person. So make sure you do trust them to abide by your limits and boundaries.
Yes.
Because if you are like scared, wound up, anything like that, it's going to be really hard for you to relax.
And being tense makes that shit worse. It makes it harder to come. Yep. It's just a bad situation.
Yeah, you got to relax, babes. Of course, breathing. Oxygen is really, really good for your brain and really good for your vagina and genitals in general and your orgasm when you are sexually playing, because you got a lot of blood rushing. You gotta get oxygen to your brain. You know, that's why sometimes whenever you get choked and then they let go, that's why everything feels so much more intense, because you are getting blood flow and oxygen to all parts of your body again. Yeah.
Damn.
Our next segment is safe words. Not segment. Our next part of this segment is going to be safe words. Like Courtney said earlier, know your safe word.
Mine is popcorn.
Yes, know your safe word.
What's your safe word?
You know, it's so funny because I never am in situations where I have to use a safe word.
Yeah.
So I always ask people what their safe word is.
Okay.
I literally have not been in a situation where I need to use a safe word. Which is really funny because our favorite, he literally messaged me the other day and was like, LOL, I'll put a collar on you. And I was like,
absolutely not. I don't know why.
Are
he
you
would say
fucking
that to you.
dumb? I mean, he probably listens, so I'm not calling you dumb. But babe, when have I ever been like, oh my God,
when
yes.
has that even sounded like something that you would do?
I feel like sub is not a synonym with Lex. It's just not.
It's
so.
just, they don't cross.
So collaring me, putting handcuffs on me, I'm about to get upsetty because why would you even fix your lips to ask me that? So anyway, like any other play sessions, it's good to have a word that can take a high intensity, lower, or right back down to 0, so that way you can have a reset. There's nothing wrong with using your safe words in moments like this. If you are even having a moment where you're like, ooh, I'm uncomfortable, and that's bringing you away from your focus. It's not like I'm uncomfortable in like a sexy way. I'm just uncomfortable in general. You do want to make sure you use your safe word and communicate what is making you uncomfortable about this situation. The pleasure lights, the pleasure colors are also really good to use. So sort of like a stoplight, red, yellow, green. Yes. Those are also really good to use. If you're not like a bitch that can remember a safe word or remember a word in moments like that, there is red, yellow, and green, and it works a lot like traffic. Red means stop. And if you watch
immediately stop.
And if you watch kink.com, you know this because they use the color system a lot in those videos. So red means full stop. If someone is saying red, you stop immediately. It doesn't even matter if you're like
mid-swing.
You stop.
You
right
gotta make
then.
sure that thing don't touch me.
Exactly. Red means stop. I need you to check something. Yeah. I need something. I need to be brought back. Whatever. Yellow means like sort of calm it down.
Yeah.
Like bring it back a couple notches.
You're doing too much.
I like it, but you're doing too much.
I don't want you to stop.
But you're doing too much. So back up. So, and then green is good. Green is go. Keep going. So, even a good way to even get into the CFOs is controlling your partner's orgasm and then having them say the colors out as you go. Like every like few breaths, are you green or yellow? Are you green or yellow? Things like that. So I feel like that's good. And let's see, there is also a pleasure pain scale, and using 1 to 10 is good because sometimes pleasure can borderline pain and vice versa. So you could say something like, I'm at a 4 on my pleasure pain scale, and I don't want to go past a 7.
Okay.
And then describe what those numbers sound like to you, because a 7 to me might not be a 7 to you. I have a high pain tolerance, so a 7 to me is not going to look like a 7 to most people. So you have to be aware of what that looks like to you so you can make your partner aware of what that looks like to you as well. And that is a little wrap up. That's the wrap up of it. Oh my God.
Love that.
We do always end the episode also with some questions for the girls.
Oh.
And I do have a few questions for the girls,
Yay.
obviously. Would you or would you not try this?
Oh, fuck yeah. I would love to try it. You know, one of my favorite things is to sit in my partner's lap and they're around me. So I didn't really think about like trying to introduce that in this, but this is a good way to introduce it, and I will be doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, I like to sit in my partner's lap like with their legs like around me like this, and I'm like here, and then they will use a toy or maybe their hands or whatever they can reach to just please me. But it'd be cool if like maybe I was like handcuffed like this, and they had their arms coming around. I didn't put on deodorant today. It's just really distracting me.
I don't. You're good.
It's my musk. Anyway, yeah.
It was the boob touch after. It's my musk.
I would love to do that like that. That would be a fucking dope way.
Love it.
I've never tried to do it on somebody else. Boy, girl, like nothing.
I've definitely given a hand job that way too.
Like don't fucking come in.
Oh, it's not that. I'm just stopping on purpose because I know you're about to.
God, a demon, villain. That's this one over here. We should. Oh my God, no. Stop. I'll talk to you about it.
Yes, I need to know now.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, I would love to do that for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I definitely need that to happen for me now. I've done it before, but I'm like, yeah, I could do that. I could get this done.
I feel like having it done to me is probably like a 2% possibility. Maybe. Because it seems interesting. But again, I'm not submissive. I'm just not. And
especially not to just anybody.
And especially not to just anybody. And so even just like thinking about it, I'm like, who the fuck even are you? No, absolutely not. But as in like having, because I've had times where I like control when someone is coming. So I'll take my fingers out maybe, or I'll stop touching them, or I'll turn off whatever device that we're using, or I'll start going slower or something like that. So I am controlling the orgasm, but me going into dom space and doing it like this, I have not had the chance to do, which I really want. Wait. No, I haven't done that.
You had to think. No, you didn't really like.
I've had a lot of like dom sessions, so there's that, and I definitely have like edged someone for a while, but like tying them down and like literally just making them come over and over and over and over and over and over again, not something I've done, and I really want to. Like the whole time I was doing this, I was like, oh bitch, I gotta try this.
Yeah.
So there's that is high on my list. Which leads me to the next question: is giving and receiving. Like when thought about, if you're giving, what would be like some of your ideal things?
Ooh. I think I would want to use like a wand. This is for girls because I had like a crazy dream last night because I was off the boner bears and I didn't get to use them.
This bitch is so funny. It'd be randomly, she'd be like, bitch, I'm off the boner bears. I'm like, it's Tuesday,
I'm on
girl.
that stuff, you know what I'm saying? I'm on that stuff. Anyway, so I had like a crazy ass sex dream last night, and I had so many bitches in it. I have to tell you about that later.
I
too.
do love this for you.
You were in it. Anyway, so I think I would use a wand, and I would love, and I'm not a dom, so it's a different space for me. But I think I really would enjoy either having them sit in my lap like this, like where I can see them, like a little baby, but not a baby.
Yeah.
Or
not mommy.
No. Or like on their knees, like you were saying, like hog tie or something, and then I have it just sitting there, and I'm like just sitting in front of them like this.
Yeah.
Just watching them.
Wait, Court. You've done something like that before.
Oh my God. I guess I remember.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But that wasn't the same. Because
It
I was
wasn't the
I was
same.
more like I was like the camera guy. I was like, let me.
Yeah. Camera guy and handyman.
Yeah, I was the handyman.
Yeah.
It's a little different.
But it's sort of the same thing.
Vibe,
Yeah.
same vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
I think if I were receiving, I would probably, I don't know. I probably would do more of like, you can probably handcuff my wrist to the bed. I'm not sure about my feet.
Okay.
Maybe you could cuff my feet together or spreader bar my feet, which I could probably also get with. But I like for my knees to be up most of the time when I am having an orgasm. It's more comfy for me that way. Or the sitting in the lap, because then my boobies can be in your face. And
great.
like, I like that too. How distracted can I make you?
Oh, here we go. Like, what? You pick a side.
I can't.
You can't play the dom in the sub role, bitch.
And that's why I don't do it. That's just why I don't do it. It's hard. And even when I think I'm being subby, it's like, LOL. No. I'm literally being like the biggest brat.
Yeah. It's not possible. Even, at that point, it's not even a brat. It's a bitch.
Yeah.
You don't even want to play.
I do, but also, you're so funny. Like, people hitting me, like whenever I've gotten spanked or whatever, there have been times where I have laughed at the person spanking me because it's like, you really think you back there doing something? Baby, a fucking fly could land on your hand right now. And I'm a bitch that'll talk shit to you too. So it's so bad. I just wouldn't make a good sub.
God, no, you wouldn't. But that's okay, because that's not for you.
Yeah. But as in like a dom situation, I'm obsessed with the St. Andrew's cross. Obsessed. So I think that would be like one that I would like. And a little cherry on top would be if there was like maybe 2 or 3 people watching me do this to someone.
I mean, you've done that, yeah? Well, you didn't do the CFO or anything, but like you did the whip and like things like you manipulated people on the St. Andrew's cross in front of people.
I was so horny that night. It was crazy. It was very disappointing that I went home and nobody fucked me. That was the true.
But you didn't want to fuck anybody. Which situation is this? Was it the club? Or I'm talking about the party.
Oh, I'm talking about the club.
Okay, because you did it at both.
Yeah, I'm talking about the club.
Okay.
People wanted to. Yeah, I had fun. I had fun at the party. The party was fine, but at the club when we went, that was different. Yeah. I was
there was a lot of people watching there.
I was in heaven. It was great. It was fab. So yeah, that would probably be my ideal situation in giving, especially St. Andrew's Cross. A table with all my little devices on them. You're gonna
want to be one of those people with the suitcase. Remember that guy? He had a big suitcase that you roll. He opened that bitch up. It had LED lights. Boom.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And then he had his little whips and his knives and his chains. And I was like, wow, this nigga's a magician for real.
I love it. Yeah, that would probably be like, I would probably come with like some really cute, really like hefty bag. I'd drop it on the floor with a thud. Oh my God, you're scared now.
The world's biggest tote bag.
What's in this bag? And you know what? The bag's going to go behind you after I've cuffed you. Because why do you need to know what's in the bag? It's none of your fucking business.
You don't want to know. It makes this easier.
Exactly. And another question for the girls. Mm-hmm. What about this excites you most?
I like not being in control. I love when people can just do it. And then I'm just like the product of that. Mm-hmm. I don't want to think about a lot. I don't want to have to tell you to do things. So when I'm in that situation where I'm tied down and you're just giving me orgasms, it sounds fucking great for the most part. As long as you can get that spot right, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that is what excites me the most. I think what would excite me if I were to give is not necessarily like the squirming reaction. It's more just like, I just like watching people come over and over again. I'm like, oh my God, do it again. Do it one more time, girl.
Immediately.
Do it again.
Please, sir.
Can I have some more cum, sir?
Please, sir. Can I have some more ejaculate?
What about you?
I think it is definitely the control part, the person being restrained part, and like when I go to dom space, it's like how I'm so like I don't want them to be weirded out because I'm sniffing them because they smell good, or I'm grabbing them or like biting them. Like in that moment, it doesn't matter because it's all part of the thing. So I can like be that grabby,
The animalistic.
Yeah, because I got a good grip and I like to grab.
Feral.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just a good moment for me to also release that part.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah.
I should dom a bitch soon.
Now you got to go in your contacts.
Phone book is empty.
Same. Sad days.
What kink category do you think this would be under?
Consensual non-consent.
Yeah.
Role play.
Yeah. I would say like restraints too.
Yeah.
Obviously. Yeah. But heavy on the consensually non-consent. Mm-hmm. Even though there are some parts of that kink that I have to say a hard no to, but that is a person that as a person that has been traumatized in that way, that makes sense that is a kink that I do not want to be a part of.
Yeah.
Whatsoever. Don't ask me to do it for you. Don't ask me to, don't even indicate that you want me to do that. But as in, I want you to make me come so many times in a row. And like, even if I'm telling you to stop, and if you don't say your safe word, hold on a second. Segue. If you don't say your safe word, nothing's stopping. I'm sorry.
Yeah. You got to be responsible for
you
your
say
own
stop all you want to.
safety and feelings.
We're in a scene. What's your safe word? Or a color. Or give me a color. Either one of those. Boom.
You're listening.
Yeah. I'm literally so in tune to what's going on in your body right now. It's insane. But yeah, I would agree with you on the categorization
absolutely.
Of this particular kink. Well, that's another T-Pay episode for you today.
Yeah.
And whether you're listening to this on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I do hope you learned something new. And I hope it sort of gave you an idea of something new to try with the partner that you have.
Oh, yeah.
Or the partner you have had or anything like that. So that way you can go get it on in the most consensual, fun way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Just remember all of your fundamentals, baby. Remember all of your fundamentals.
Yes. Write down your lists. Have a conversation.
Yes.
Communicate.
Yeah.
That's what we always say on this bitch.
All the time. Literally. We preach it so much. Choose your pleasure. Consent. Be who you are for your pride. Yeah. So, that's our main jam.
Yeah, those are our pillars.
Yeah. Tell the girls where they can find us.
Baby, you know where you can find us, but it's also in the bio. IG, TikTok, Facebook, @allyourpleasures_, @allyourpleasures_.
Oh, we're on Threads now, too.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
I wanted to see what the app was about, so I downloaded it, and I was
think
like,
that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Now we have to keep it.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I heard this thing that said that people were saying, like, if you try to delete your Threads account, it'll also delete your Instagram account.
Yeah. I mean,
that's the only reason I have it.
I haven't really, I've been posting, like, reposting things from people that we follow already. It looks just like Twitter. Like, it looks just like Twitter, except it's your followers from Instagram.
And it's your pictures, right? Or no?
It doesn't show pictures. They look just like tweets. So if you are uploading a picture, or you can quote a picture, or you can share, like, retweet something, repost something. I'm telling you, it looks just like Twitter.
Well, bitch, you can find us on Threads at @allyourpleasures_.
Yeah.
Sorry. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Obviously, you could just press the little red square. Go to the link in our bio, bitch. I don't know what else I usually be saying on here. I got a cough, so it's really distracting.
It's okay. I think you covered all the bases.
Okay, girl. Well, then we out of here, bitch.
Yeah.
So you have a good week. We love you.
Bye.
Hush, hush, baby.